Hi everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to do a restorative yoga, but with more hip openers. So essentially, we're going to stay in some poses for a little longer, but they'll be mostly hip openers. So let's come to a nice wide child's pose right away. Just settling in. With restorative yoga, for those of you who may not know, we like to stay in poses a little longer, just kind of sink into them, sending your breath to wherever it feels stiff. From here, coming on to your hands and knees, taking a few cat-cows here, maybe taking figure eights with your hips, just to loosen up that lower back if you need to. From here, send your right arm forward, left leg back. Holding here, just warming up that core just a little bit. Won't be here long. And from here, reaching back for the foot, kicking into that hand. This opens up that hip flexor just a little bit. Exhale, release. And we'll switch sides. We haven't quite gotten to the holding poses, just kind of warming up here. Reaching back for the leg here. Exhale, come back to center. From here, take a little bit more cat-cows. And then from here, sending your hips up and back to a downward dog. Won't be here too long. My hamstrings this particular day were really tight, so pardon my bent knees. From here, sending your right leg up in between the hands, coming into a low lunge. Making sure that your knee doesn't try to come over that ankle. So sinking your hips down. We're going to be here for a while, so try not to push yourself too hard here. Be a little uncomfortable, but don't try to overextend yourself here. You can bring your hands wherever you'd like. I'm switching between my hips and my knee. Sending your breath wherever you feel stiff. Just allowing things to let go. From here, sitting back, stretching out that hamstring. Feel free to round your back here. We're not focusing too much on the hamstring or the lower back here. It's just a little bit of reversing that motion. From here, we're going to come into lizard pose. Again, don't push yourself too hard here. Get a little uncomfortable, but then just allow yourself to sink down. We'll be here for a little while. Again, sending your breath to wherever it needs to be. From here, planting the hands, stepping back, coming into a plank pose just for a moment, maybe moving back and forth, coming over the wrists, and then sending your hips up and back, downward dog. From here, sending your left leg forward, coming into that low lunge, but on this side. Again, adjusting however you need to, watching the knee that it doesn't come over that ankle. From here, planting the hands, sitting back on those heels, stretching out that hamstring. From here, coming into lizard pose. From here, planting your hands, stepping back, plank pose once again. Coming into forearm plank, maybe moving the hips back and forth. From here, pushing back into a downward dog. Send your right leg up to the sky, bend the knee, drop the heel. Sorry, my camera cut you off, but here you go. Switching sides. Bend the knee, drop the heel. Replacing the foot. Walking the hands back towards the feet. I'm going to turn so you can see we're going to come into Malasana. Bringing the hands into heart center and use your elbows to push your hips forward. This is another place where we're going to settle down. I like to rock back and forth personally. If your wrists ever get tired while you're sitting here and you're pushing your elbows, feel free to keep pushing with your elbows, but maybe even rolling out the wrists if you need to. From here, planting the right hand on the ground, placing the left hand on the knee and gently pushing outward. And then switching sides. From here, we're going to sit all the way back. Opening up the legs to a wide straddle. Couple of options here. You can either place your hands behind you and lift up the chest if your hips are really, really stiff. Otherwise, you can lean forward. Again, you don't want to push yourself too hard. Like normally I can go all the way down if I push myself a little bit more, but since I'm going to be here for a little bit longer, I want to be uncomfortable because I do want to get that stretch, but I don't want to stay there for too long in that push state. So essentially you go a little bit uncomfortable, but if you're going to be in pain, back up a little bit. Just settle in. From here, leaning back up, very slowly. And from here, coming into butterflies, so bringing the soles of your feet together, allowing your knees to fall open. From here, you're going to lean forward, and just like everything else, try not to go all the way down or as far as you usually would. Just go about maybe halfway. So get a little uncomfortable, so you're getting a stretch, but instead allowing yourself just to sink down. From here, you're going to lie down into Ardha Baddha, so keeping your legs the way they are, but lying down, allowing gravity just to naturally open those hips. From here, we're going to come take a happy baby, taking it as wide as you'd like. Feel free to take any other little movements that you might want to take before lowering down into Shavasana. Allowing yourself to settle in and relax. Take your first conscious breath. Start wiggling the fingers and the toes. And make your way onto your favorite side in the fetal position. Thanking your body for what it's done for you today. And then coming into a seated position at the top of your mat with your hands in heart center. Thank you for sharing your energy with me today. Namaste. Thanks for watching. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Have a great day. Bye.